You know, so.
Okay. Sure, you got a pen?
Don't come to. It's just.
You can toss it. I thought.
I didn't want to.
All right, we'll start up. All right, you know how we do. Get the Lord a hand, man.
That's what.
Back at it. You know what I mean? This is Wednesday law class. Priest and Officer 5000 Shalayala. I'm gonna hold the class down. You know, normally I teach brotherhood. We'll switch it up today. You know what I'm saying? And do the law class. All right. So let's talk about these laws. All right. Laws are extremely important and imperative. You understand? If you look at the conditions our people are in, you can see that we live as lawless people. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because we've took on the customs and ways of this oppressor. You understand? Celebrating his holidays, eating his pork, eating his shrimp and his crab and lobster. You understand? Indulging in activities that are illegal and hurtful to our people in order to get money, stripping, abortions, selling crack, smoking cigarettes, blacks, black and miles rather. These are all things that we've grown to kind of come accustomed to because this is what we see in our neighborhoods. You understand? These are the things we see. You understand? They got a whole bunch of things. They got sex trafficking going, pedophilia, homosexuality. I mean, all these things are ways of this oppressor. You understand? And the conditions that we live in, as far as being poor and so forth and so on. When I say poor, I don't mean everybody's piss poor. But if you get paid and you have to pick which bill you're gonna pay with this check, then you poor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If you can't get up and go where you want to go because financially you can't do it, then you consider poor. You understand what I'm saying? And the majority of our people are poor, are in that category of being poor. You understand? Not just financially, but poor in our spirit. We hate each other. I just seen a video of some brothers in Yonkers. They stomped this dude out. You understand? Beat this dude almost half to death. You understand? Beat him almost half to death. Knocked his teeth out. Gave him all types of hemorrhaging to his head, and his brain was bleeding, and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? It was a horrible, terrible thing. You know what I mean? But this is what we've come to. This is what we used to. You know what I'm saying? We're used to that. That's like an average day in the neighborhood with somebody getting jumped and beat half to death. But these are things that we're doing to our people. You understand? I don't think we shouldn't go out and do it to nobody.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? We should, of course, defend ourselves, but we shouldn't do it to nobody. You understand? But these are what we're doing to ourselves. Why? Because we've taken on the spirit of this oppressor. You understand? We've taken that spirit on of hating each other. You understand? And that's a terrible thing. Yeah, that's a terrible, terrible thing to do that. And why are we doing that? Because we've turned our back on the laws of the Most High God. You understand?
God.
We've turned our back on that. We turned our back on following instructions from the Most High God. And this is how we win wars. This is how we rule a society and tear down its wicked kingdom, is by being obedient to the Most High God. You understand? By following His laws and keeping them and getting them burnt inside of our spirit to the point to where we don't know no other way but to keep it.
Right.
You understand? Somebody hit you on the jack? Okay. What's the issue?
Said it was slanted. Said it was slanted.
Okay, I know sweat. Yeah, so anyway, you know what I mean? Keeping these laws is what helps us win wars, what helps us conquer and rule. And this is all in the scriptures. This is nothing I'm making up. And it's something that we have to try as a people. You understand? Because we tried weed, cigarettes, coke, dope, gang banging. We tried all the rest of that stuff and it didn't work. You understand? We lived the lifestyle that's oppressor and it has not been working for us.
Right.
You understand? So now it's time to do something new. We've been obedient to this oppressor for years. We've been obedient. For years, we followed his way and followed his customs and followed his rules and did everything his way. We did it for years and we're still in the same condition and getting even worse. You understand? And this oppressor tries everything in the world to keep us separated from the Most High God, to keep us focused on Him.
Right.
You understand? To put the spirit, he put so much fear in our people that we fear Him more than we fear God. You understand? Anybody who grew up with their father or any type of male figure in their life, that man put a certain fear inside of you. I don't care if it was your uncle, your big brother, your cousin, whoever it was. And what they said to do, you did it. You listened. You understand? That's the same way we need to respect our Father, the Most High God. That's the same way we need to respect Him. We need to follow the rules of His house. If we don't follow the rules of His house, it's going to be consequences behind that. Now, if we follow the rules in His house, there's going to be rewards for that. You understand? And it's not that hard to do. Very simple to do. You understand? If we put away our lust and fear for this devil out here, then we can conquer and rule and tear Babylon down. You understand? We can have the oppressor under our feet, the way we've been under his feet for so damn long. You understand? When you get time, brother, go to 1 Timothy. All
Come
right?
on, come.
Go to 1 Timothy, start in chapter 1. All right? We're going to go to verse 8.
Come on, come. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. For we know that the Lord is good.
Say it again.
For we know that the Lord is good.
The laws are the bad thing. The laws are not grievous. The laws are not something put here to ruin your life. Or the Most High God's not being a tyrant. You understand? He's giving us order and direction. You understand? The law is good. Go ahead.
Come on, come. If a man use it lawfully.
Now, a man got to use it lawfully. Now, how can a man take the law and use it unlawfully? By persecuting people and judging people and handing out unrighteous judgments. You understand? Just like the Pharisees know what was doing back then. You know what I'm saying? Talking to Christ about washing his hands and this, that, and the other. You understand? Acting like they high and mighty and holy, and they break the damn laws. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
Now, what does that mean? The law is not made for a righteous man. In this context, the law is talking about the punishments of the law, being beheaded, being stoned, and so forth and so on. Those things are not put in place for a man who's following the law. What's a righteous man? A righteous man is a man that follows the law. He don't sleep with other brothers' wives. He don't steal. He don't lie. He's not a jealous man. He's following the laws of the God. He don't eat crabs and shrimps and lobster or any fish or anything on the sea that is unlawful. When I say fish, I mean fish that don't have any have fins and scales, like we are ordered to eat. You understand what I'm saying? If we choose to. There's no eel, there's no snake, there's none of that garbage, no shark meat, no whale meat, none of that. This is a righteous man. You understand? This righteous man pays his tithes. You understand? He pays his tithes. He don't trust in his landlord and so forth and so on. He trusts in the Most High God. He's obedient to the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? That's a righteous man. And when I say righteous man, sisters can be righteous as well. You understand? Read that part again.
Come on, God. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
Yeah, the punishments are not made for for a righteous man. You understand? This is why in the UPK we push and press keeping the laws to live as a righteous man. You understand? Even righteous in thought. You can't even think about another man's wife. The law says you shouldn't even sit down and have a drink with another man's wife. You understand? Why? Because we want to keep the righteousness that the Lord wants us to have. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
But for the lawless.
But for who?
The lawless.
That's what the punishment's for the lawless. And we out here gang banging and shooting each other, sleeping with brothers' wives, stealing, lying, and so on and so on. The law was made for that, for us as a people. You understand? If we live in that type of lifestyle, being lawless allows us to continue to lose the battles, continue to lose the war, because we're living lawless. You understand? How can we beat the oppressor when the Most High God is beating on us?
Right.
It's not going to work like that. If we're not keeping His law, then He's going to have to punish us, right? And that punishment is for the brothers and sisters that's not keeping the law. You understand? Just like I seen on the news with a brother in Yonkers, it was about 14 kids stomping his brother out because he went in the store and got a soda. Maybe he had the wrong color on or something. Stomped him and beat him almost half to death. That's lawless.
Right. You
understand? Keep going.
And disobedient.
And there we go. Being disobedient. That's what these punishments are for. You understand? Being disobedient. I'm not knocking any brother or sister, because at one point in time before I came to UPK, I was lawless and disobedient my damn self. But the Lord had mercy on me. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord had mercy on me. He had mercy on all the brothers that I roll with. You understand? In the UPK, of course. That's the only people I roll with anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's what it's for. If the Lord is against us, then how can we be against somebody else? How can we rule? How can we conquer? How can we take over? If the Lord is against us, we're being lawless and disobedient. How can we win? We can't win. Keep going.
For the ungodly.
Say it again.
For the ungodly.
Go ahead.
And for sinners.
And what's a sinner? A sinner is a person that transgresses the law, that breaks the laws, that goes against the laws. You understand? That's what a sinner is. And this is the lifestyle that we just decided to go ahead and take on. You got all types of nasty stuff all on the internet, homosexuality running rampant through our community. You understand what I'm saying? Men on men and women on women. And we think it's okay. We think it's okay to have sex with a girl and throw her away. Right. You understand? We think that's all right to do that. We're disobedient. We're lawless. You understand? We're sinners. Keep going.
For unholy and profane. For murderers.
Go ahead.
For murderers.
For what?
For murderers. Of fathers.
Of what?
Fathers and murderers of mothers.
And this is who we turned into. You understand? Are we not murdering each other out here?
God.
Are we not killing out here? I just see on the news also, a woman just ran into a sister, ran into another sister and shot in the head.
Right.
Just shot in the head. I don't know what the reason was, but there is no reason.
God.
I don't care what she thinks the reason is. There is no reason to run up on another sister and shoot in the head.
God.
You understand? This is who we become. And if you see the video, she casually walked up to him.
God.
And then casually walked right off. She wasn't even rushing. Go ahead.
So like you said, there is no reason. But however, she killed that sister over a man that was already dead.
You see? You see how ridiculous that is?
Come on, sir.
You see how ridiculous that is? Killed her over a man who was already dead. The brother's gone.
Right.
Ain't thinking about neither one of them no more.
Right.
And she went and killed her. Now, that woman had children. You understand? Come on, man. This is the lifestyle we decided to take on as a people.
Right.
You understand? Lawless people, man. Lawless. And in order to win this war, you understand? We're gonna have to start following the laws of God.
Right.
You understand? Voting ain't gonna change it. The Christian church begging the timber ain't gonna change it. Walking around tongue kissing a rock, calling yourself a Muslim ain't gonna change it. You can do yoga, be a Buddhist, a Hinduist, or whatever that garbage is. That ain't gonna change it, man. That's not gonna change it. But being the righteous people that we was called to be, you know what I'm saying? Being the obedient people we was called to be, that's gonna change it. That's how we win this war.
Right.
Because we at war. I don't know if nobody know it or not. We at war. There's no doubt about it. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And everything that we read in here, we already know that this applies to Israel.
Right.
Because we read it and we can relate to it. We know how to be lawless and disobedient, sinners, murderers of fathers, murderers of mothers. We're reading about it. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, God. For manslayers.
Say it again.
For manslayers.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. For whoremongers.
For being whoremongers. You know what I'm saying? That's not just pimping, but that's turning a woman into a whore. Having sex with her, throwing her away. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers going to the strip clubs, having sex with the sister in the VIP in the back, running trains on broads and all of that. That's a whoremonger.
Right.
You understand? That's a whoremonger. And guess what? Everything I mentioned is common. Right. You see OnlyFans and all of that garbage. You understand? Right. Supporting that makes us whoremongers. You know what I'm saying? That makes us. We make whores. You understand? We make whores, and then what we think is going to happen? We think we're going to have beautiful daughters, and they're not going to be whores after we done made somebody else's daughter a whore? Right. It don't work like that. You understand? A lot of us grew up in disgusting, filthy homes with mothers who were made whores. You understand? And aunts that was made whores. Some of us grew up with fathers and big brothers and cousins that were whoremongers. Right. And what do? We become whoremongers too, because we think it's the cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to smell my finger and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a cool thing to do to not even think about marrying a sister. You know, remember that back in the day? Smell my finger. You know what I'm saying? The stank on your finger. You know. Yo, we're bred that way. You know what I'm saying? We're bred that way. We're bred to be lawless. Right. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
For them that defile themselves with mankind.
We read it, but we just talked about that. How do you defile yourself with mankind? by being a homosexual,
Right.
being a lesbian, being a trisexual, which means you try anything. You know what I'm saying? Being that, you're defiling yourself with mankind, being a molester, being someone a pedophile,
Right.
a rapist, all of that garbage. You understand? Keep going.
For men stealers.
For what?
Men stealers.
We all know about people getting kidnapped. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We all know that's a big deal. Brothers will run up you got the right amount of money, brothers will run up on you. Then they try to kidnap, what's that boy that told on everybody? 69 or whatever his name is, they try to kidnap him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kidnapping is not uncommon. Don't they got the sex trade going on? The sex trade is going on crazy.
Right.
You understand? There's 64,000 sisters missing. And that's just what they say. That never been around for a long time.
Right.
All we forgetting all about out in Montana and Wyoming, out there on reservations, all that, sisters is missing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some are going into they putting these girls into the sex trafficking and all of that. They're doing that, kidnapping sisters. Keep going.
For liars.
For what?
Liars.
We all know some goddamn liars.
Right.
You go to that Christian church, everybody in is a damn liar.
Right.
Muslim bonds, everybody's a liar. You know a bunch of liars. We know that. But it's bred in us to lie.
God.
This is all stuff that's put in us, is to be liars. Go ahead.
For perjured persons.
Purged persons. What does that mean? Someone who bear false witness. You know, a liar. Another form of a liar.
God.
To bear false witness and make up some goddamn story that ain't true. You understand what I'm saying? This is stuff we're used to. This is not uncommon stuff.
Right.
This is what society has made us. And since they made us this way, we've turned our back on the Most High God. How do we turn our back on the Most High God? By being disobedient to what our daddy told us to do.
Right.
You have officially turned your back. Everybody wants their woman to be obedient. They want the woman to be obedient and do what I tell you. But meanwhile, you can't do what the Most High God tell you, so why should she listen to you? You're just as nasty as she is. You're just as much of a monster as she is. And women don't like listening. So guess what? When you can't follow behind the Most High God and keep His laws, you're just as effeminate as she is.
Right.
You effeminate too. You understand? You may not know it. I know you think you're hard. You know what I'm saying? But you effeminate too, because you can't listen to the Most High God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're lawless.
God.
You understand? Keep going.
And if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine.
Now, what's that mean? Any other thing that's contrary to sound doctrine. This truth is sound doctrine. You understand? Christianity is not. Christianity is not. Islam is not. Buddhism is not. Hinduism is not. You know what I'm saying? That's not sound doctrine. That's contrary to the truth. Being a blackity black, now Valley Egyptologist more is contrary to sound doctrine.
Right.
You understand? Contrary. You understand? You can be involved in all that garbage and then promote your business about you fix credit and all that garbage. It's not going to work. Most like God's not going to be with you. It's not going to work. It may work for a while. You may think so, but you're just getting by with crumbs. You understand? These are things that these are characteristics that we've taken on. And the heathens know that we are the children of God, and that our Father gave us laws, and if we follow these laws, that we would dominate the earth.
Right.
Heathens know this. Heathens know this. They all know it. You understand? They all know it. And that's why they try to put obstacles and traps and things in our way to keep us from obtaining the glory that we should have.
Right. That
the Most High God wants us to have. They do these things to keep us from obtaining the victory that we should have. You understand? To take us down from the royalty that we are. They do these things to put in front of us to make us this way.
Right.
You understand? They're very crafty, man. Just like the book of Psalms. They're crafty. You know what I'm saying? Crafty counsel. All of them. You understand? And how do I know, or how do we know in I.S.U.P.K that the heathens know who we are?
Right.
You know why? Because it's in the scriptures. The scriptures know that God's laws wins wars.
That's right.
You understand? And not just win, but dominate, conquer, crush, destroy. You understand? Let's go to the book of Judith.
Put on card.
Book of Judith. All right. Let's go to the book of Judith. And this is gonna be a long one right here. We're gonna read. We're gonna go through this whole thing. All right. The book of Judith. We're gonna go to chapter 5.
Put on card.
You understand? We're gonna go there. We're gonna see who knows what. You understand? And when we follow Most High God and we rolling with Him, what can happen to us?
Put on card.
You understand? We're gonna go over this. Just let me know whenever you got it.
Put on card, sir. First verse, sir.
Yes.
Put on card. Judith, chapter 5, verse 1. Then was it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Assur.
Now, another heathen. This is chief captain of some heathens. All right. Just to give some clarification. All right. Go ahead.
That the children of Israel.
Who's that?
Children of Israel.
Now, we all know the children of Israel, the so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. We all know it to be true. Even the fake Jew knows that that's absolutely true.
Right.
In a sense, so that when you see the children of Israel, it's referring to us, the so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans. Go ahead.
God had prepared for war.
We done what?
Prepared for war.
Now, right now is the time that we should do what?
Prepare for war.
That's the time. That's what we should do right now. Is prepare for war. Now we talking about a time right here where the children of Israel were prepared for war at this moment. You understand? And someone's making a report to this nasty, disgusting heathen. You understand? That the children of Israel prepared for war. You know how this heathen would know now that we are prepared for war? Not celebrating Christmas, not celebrating Thanksgiving.
Right.
You understand? Definitely not sleeping with any of their women.
Right.
Getting some old nasty, disgusting, half Asian, half Australian, Hawaiian, Somalian,
right,
garbage and call it exotic. You understand what I'm saying? All of that. They would know we cut that stuff off. We cut his drugs off, cut his cigarettes off, cut all of that garbage off, stop tongue kissing each other and all of this garbage. He would know that these niggas is preparing for war.
Right.
They would know that. Right now they know we sleep and stupid and punch drunk. You understand? Keep going.
And had shut up the passages of the hill country.
Now, when you shut the passage of the hill, that means they got some in good ground right now. You know what I'm saying? You know how we can cut the passages off to the hill now? We can cut that off by the same things I just mentioned. Not gang banging against each other. Right. That's how we can cut off the passages to the hill. You know what I'm saying? Not hating each other. Not betraying each other. Not lying to each other. Not doing these things that the Most High God said we should not do.
God.
That's how we can cut off the passages to the hill and gain good ground in this warfare. Keep going.
It had fortified all the tops of the high hill.
So we shut that down. You know what I'm saying? It's all about us right now. It's all about having good ground. You understand? Imagine us being at the top of the steps and someone is coming up the steps to do harm to us. What would we do? What would you do in that? Shaw, what would you do?
So repeat the question.
If you stand at the top of some stairs,
right, and
someone's talking trash to you and they're threatening you and they're trying to harm you and they're coming up the stairs to get you, what would you do?
I want to knock them down, sir.
Yeah, you're going to kick them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to kick them because you got good ground on them. Right. You know what I'm saying? You up high on them so you can go ahead and kick them. You understand? And we got to get that good ground back.
Right.
We got to get that good ground back. You understand? Because it's hard to fight up a hill. You understand?
God.
Let's keep going.
God. And had made impediments in the campaign country.
Right. Now, what's impediments? Let's get the definition real quick.
God.
What's the definition of impediments? Because we might need some impediments now. You understand? Because what does the scripture say? There's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
We at war right now. These heathens know that we at war. They know it because they're at war. They're fighting their war. You understand?
Right.
They tried everything in the world to kill our population and cause genocide do everything else to us, but we still here.
Right.
Go ahead, brother, drop it on.
Impediment, a hindrance or obstruction in doing something.
Now, so what does that mean? They put things there, you know, said to keep them off. You know, in some neighborhoods, brothers is on the left hand side, but some brothers be selling drugs or whatever, and they'll put shopping carts and pallets and all types of garbage to block off the alleyway from police, so the police can't get through there. You understand? They can't get through there with their crews or whatever the case may be. They'll put all types of garbage and everything to block them off. Well, this is what we did in this point of the story, is that we blocked them off so they couldn't get up there. You understand? They couldn't get up there. And that's what we need to do to this day.
Right.
Is block them off. You understand what I'm saying? Block them off so they can't get us. Now, how do we do that? By following the laws of the Most High God. But let's just see. Right? Let's just see. Keep going.
Verse 2, wherewith he was very angry.
The heathen, the chief heathen, was very angry. Go ahead.
And called all the princes of Moab.
Oh?
The princes of Moab.
The Chinese man at the store serving wings. Of who?
Princes of Moab.
Go ahead.
And the captains of Ammon.
Of who?
And the captains of Ammon.
The one with the Suki bar and all that garbage. Who?
And the captains of Ammon.
These are the Chinese and the Japanese. Go ahead.
And all the governors of the sea coast.
All right, so they call them all the governors, these heathens. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 3, and he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is.
Say it again.
Tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is.
Who this people is. Who these niggas with fringes on and headbands and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Who these brothers moving in unison like that? Protecting their wives, protecting their children. Who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That dwelleth in the hill country.
And they up there in that good land, and they got that good position on us. Who the hell are these people? Go ahead.
And what are the cities that they inhabit?
And where are they from? What do they rule? I mean, who are these people? Go ahead.
And what is the multitude of their army?
And how many is there? Don't people ask? They ask that question. How many people are in I.S.U.P.K?
Right.
How many members do you have?
God.
Like we some goddamn country club. We ain't no country club.
Right.
Keep going.
And wherein is their power and strength?
Now, how the hell are they so strong? How? You know why they asking that question? Because they feel like they're stronger.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So where the hell are they getting this power from? Now, let me tell you this. They're not getting it from guns.
Right.
They're not getting it from the grenades. They're not getting it from bullets, bombs, or ballots. They're not voting. They're not marching. They're not protesting. They're prepared for war. And they're asking, where do they get this strength from? Keep going.
And what king?
And what?
And what king?
Go ahead.
Is set over them?
Oh, go ahead.
Or captain of their army?
Now, who's over them? Where they get their power from, and who is in charge of these people? You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 4. And why have they determined not to come and meet me?
And why don't they want to be with us? Ain't that what people say about the UPK? That we don't want to be with nobody. So we separate from society and so on. Now they asking, why don't they want to come be with us?
Right.
Why don't they want to come be with? They say the same thing now. You go out and protest some Chinese restaurants and all of that garbage. They go, why? Why don't you want to come be with me? You understand? This is the same question they asked to this very day.
Right.
Why don't they want to come be with me? Go ahead.
More than all the inhabitants of the west.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. And then said Akira, the captain of all the sons of Ammon.
This is the captain of the Japanese. Go ahead.
Let my Lord know, let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant.
Now, Lord is lowercase, so they're not talking about the Most High God. They said he's talking to the person in charge. Right? So he said, let me tell you about it. Go ahead.
And I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people.
Now, somebody's going to just tell them. They asked the question, look, who the hell are these people? Right. He's saying, look, let me tell you who these people are real quick. Go ahead.
Which dwelleth near thee.
Now, these are heathens talking to each other. You understand?
Right.
These are heathens. This is like a African getting information from a Japanese man and a Chinese man. These are heathens talking. The same people that have gathered together to craft a council against us. This is them talking to each other. Right. Go ahead.
And inhabiteth the hill country.
Uh-huh.
And there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant.
They say, I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm going to tell you everything that you want to know about these people. I'm going to give you the drop on them. Go ahead.
Verse 6. This people are descended of the Chaldees.
Uh-huh.
Verse 7. And they sojourned heretofore in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their fathers, which were in the land of Chaldea.
Now, so you get the history, they ran, they wouldn't follow the gods of their fathers and all of that. Talking about the land we was in. You understand what I'm saying? So we fled from there. Go ahead.
Verse 8. For they left the way of their ancestors.
At this time, now he's telling them a little history. They left the way of our ancestors. The same way we now.
Right.
And we left the way of our ancestors. Go ahead.
And worship the God of heaven. The God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their God.
Now, this is talk now. What they're breaking down now is that we was in a land and we used to worship their gods, and then one day we wouldn't worship their gods no more. And we decided to start worshiping our Father, the God that we knew. You understand? At one point in time, we left the ways of our ancestors and started following the ways of the heathens' ancestors. The same way we're doing right now. The same way we praying to white Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? Same way we hanging up, putting up that Christmas tree with the mistletoe and all of that garbage. You know what I'm saying? The same way we're doing now. But there came a point in time where we stopped doing that garbage. You understand? We stopped and we turned back to the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
And they fled into Mesopotamia and sojourned there many days. Verse 9. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned, and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt, and were increased with gold.
And were what?
And were increased with gold and silver, and with very much cattle.
Yeah, so we left there, we went somewhere else, and the Lord blessed us. You know what I'm saying? The Lord looked out for us for being obedient. With gold and silver and cattle, which is good. You need gold and silver to do commerce and trade and all of that. You need cattle so you can eat and get milk or whatever else we use it for, to get money, whatever the case may be. You understand? But we had what we needed, right? Don't just sound like Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 10. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there, while they were nourished and became there a great multitude, so that one could not number their nation.
Now we moved from there and went to another heathen land. But in that heathen land, we still flourished, we still grew. So at this point, go ahead.
Verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them.
We were doing so good, the king of Egypt rose up against us, because who are these people coming in here in my land, flourishing like this? Who are these people? Go ahead.
And dwelt subtly with them, and brought them low with laboring and brick, and made them slaves.
Now, we all know about that. You understand? We all know about that. The same way they did us here. You know what I'm saying? The same way they did us here. The same way they seen the Native Americans in this land, so-called Native Americans, flourishing. You know what I'm saying? They lived off the land and lived off the land good. You understand? And then came here, destroyed them, killed them, took some of them, made them slaves, and shipped them off to Spain somewhere, and shipped them off to all Caribbean islands, and so on and so on. You understand what I'm saying? Same way they did us, the same way back then, the same way they did us this day. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 12. Then they cried unto their God.
And did what?
And they cried unto their God. And he smote o'er the land of Egypt with incurable plagues. So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight.
And there you go. You understand what I'm saying? And there you go. We already know the story of the Passover. You know what I'm saying? Get a Passover here. That's a holiday. I'm gonna call it a holiday for teacher purposes that we are supposed to keep. You understand what I'm saying? The day that the Most of God killed our enemies.
That's right.
You understand? We're supposed to keep that Hold on, let's see real quick. Read verse 13.
Come on, verse 13. And God dried the Red Sea before them.
Now, I just want to add a little piece on because you know we're talking about the Passover at this point in time. You understand? Now, this heathen is making a report on us.
Right.
So they know our story.
God.
They know, like, yo, these people have been all over the place, and the Lord, their God, dried up the Red Sea for them.
Right.
You understand? He's giving a report on us, just like they do now. You understand?
God.
They can report on us now. They just don't want they don't want niggas to know this stuff.
Right.
Because if so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans knew that this story was their story and their history, if they knew that, then we would conquer and rule.
That's right.
You understand? They would know that we are prepared for war.
God.
You understand? Let's drop down to verse 17.
Come on, God. Verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their God.
Hold on. Let's read it again.
Come on, God. Verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their God. They prospered.
They did what?
Prosper.
When we stop smoking cigarettes, we do what?
Prosper.
When we stop smoking weed, selling crack, selling cocaine, gangbanging, sleeping with sisters and throwing them away, cheating on your husband, and so forth and so on. We stop doing these things that the oppressor pushes on us to do and makes us love to do. We do what?
Prosper.
That's what's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? When we don't turn on the Most High God, when we turn towards the Most High God and follow the Most High God, we prosper.
Right.
You understand? We prosper. Not just Oprah, not just Michael Jordan, not just Michael Jackson,
right.
Whatever. All of us as a people. All of us prosper as a people when we turn to the Most High God. Read that part one more time.
Cut or cut. And whilst they sinned not.
While we sinned not. What do we say sin was before? The transgression of the law.
Right.
You understand? So when we were not sinning, go ahead.
Before their God.
Before the Most High God, what does that mean? The Most High God can see us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Most High God can see what we're doing. When we sin not before God, go ahead.
They prosper.
We prosper. You understand what I'm saying? And what's sin? Transgression of the law once again.
Right.
So when we follow these laws, we prosper. You understand? When I say prosper, don't get the white man's image of prosper like you're going to get you a 26-room mansion in the Hamptons or something or Long Island. That's not prospering.
Right.
You understand? Brothers got diabetes out here, high blood pressure, no insurance. You understand? All types of trauma and things that they can't forget. You know what I'm saying? If we can get rid of that stuff, that's prospering.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? People got arthritis, fingers all jammed up and bent up, toes all hurt. You understand?
Right.
Getting rid of that stuff is prospering. Not committing abortions no more. It's prospering.
Right.
Not being, you ever seen a crackhead before or a heroin addict? Now they got K2 and all of that. Right. You see grown old men that should be grandfathers leaning, forehead touching the ground as they standing up. If we can get rid of that, that's prospering.
Right.
You understand? We follow Most High God, we prosper. It says it in the Bible. You understand?
God.
Winners prosper. That means we're winning. Go ahead. Because
the God that hated iniquity was with them.
Do you hear that? That's how we prosper. Because the Most High God who hates iniquity, which is sin. What's sin? Transgression of the law. What's transgression of the law? Breaking the laws of God.
Right.
You understand? So when daddy's happy, when our father's happy with us and our obedience and our service, we prosper. And it makes heathens scared.
Right.
Makes them scared that we can turn away from this society. It makes them scared that we can not celebrate their holidays no more. You understand? That we're not going to eat octopus no more at the Chinese place.
Right.
Or eat duck. You understand? That we're not getting pork fried rice no more. You know what I'm saying? They're scared of that. They're scared. Even eating Italian combo sandwiches, getting shape ups and all of that, trimming up your beard, looking like a person that defiles herself with mankind.
Right.
You understand? They're scared of us to not sin anymore. This is why he's giving this report, to let them know. Let me let you know who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with the average person. You're not dealing with average people. They got a God on their side that dried up the Red Sea.
Right.
That killed Egyptians. You understand? They have a power with them that is unbelievable and unmatched.
I woke up.
And when they're not sinning, he's on their side.
Right.
They prosper. Keep going.
Verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them.
Here we go. But when we depart from the way that he appointed us to go, how do we depart from that, Shaw?
By breaking the Lord's statutes and commandments.
By breaking the Lord's statutes and commandments. You understand? By hating another black man.
Right.
Hating this Latino brother. You understand what I'm saying? Go to Red Lobster, get you a little lobster tail with some butter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some crab biscuits, and eating crab sticks, and whatever garbage is out there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Sleeping with white girls. Because Becky, she can perform oral sex for hours, and she got a shape like a black woman. Why would you want a shape like a black woman? Wouldn't you just want to get a black woman?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing like a car. I just want a car.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But this is what we do. So when we depart from the ways that he appointed us, let's see what happens. Because the Christian church says, it's okay.
Right.
The laws are done away with.
God.
You understand? You a stripper? Listen, if you bring your money to Pastor Porkchop, your sins are forgiven.
God.
You understand what I'm saying? You a homosexual? Okay. All you gotta do is bang on this keyboard up here, and it's okay, because you still serve God, even though you're gay. You understand? Christian church is saying that the Muslims too.
Right.
Muslims say, look, you can sell crack, just sell it to a Muslim.
Right.
That's all. You can sell crack. You can sell crack and you can murder. Just don't do it to another Muslim.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Read that part one more time.
Cut verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them.
All right, we know what departed means. Go ahead.
They were destroyed.
They were what?
Destroyed.
Oh, crack.
Destroyed.
Oh, heroin.
Destroyed.
Section 8.
Destroyed.
EBT cards.
Destroyed.
Broken families.
Destroyed.
In prison.
Destroyed.
You understand what I'm saying? We destroyed. Rats and roaches and piss and mold and asbestos and everything else. You understand? Rent going up, but you ain't getting no raise at work.
Right.
Wait a minute, you ain't got a job because nobody's hiring you because you was in prison. Or maybe you don't got the certain education level, or whatever the case may be. We're destroyed.
Right.
Why? Read again, Shaw.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed.
They were what?
Destroyed.
They were destroyed. Go ahead.
In many battles.
In what?
Many battles.
Go ahead.
Very sore.
You understand? Very bad. You understand? And right now, we're destroyed in this battle.
Right.
Very bad. Why? Because we departed from the ways of the Most High God. What's the ways of the Most High God? Doing what the hell he say to do. That's his ways. You ever have the audacity to ask your mother, your father, or whoever raised you, why? And they say, because I said so, that's why.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I said so. And Most High God said so, and we departed from those ways. You understand? We departed from that. We think we grown.
Right.
You understand? We think we grown. So we're gonna get punished. Like some children who think they grown.
Right.
You understand? And we're gonna be very sore and lose many battles. And we're losing it right now. AIDS is winning.
God.
High blood pressure and diabetes and cancer is winning. Poverty is winning.
Right.
Overdosing is winning. Suicide is winning. It's winning right now. We are losing these battles very sore.
Right.
You understand? Let's keep rolling.
Come on, card. And were led captives.
And say it again.
And were led captives
Uh-huh.
into a land that was not theirs.
Oh, that sounds like America, don't it?
Right.
You understand? And we captives right now. We captives right now for departing from the ways of the Most High God. You understand? We captives right now, man. And this is what's going on with us. This is the problem that we're facing right now. You understand what I'm saying?
God.
This scripture is fitting us to a T.
That's right.
To a T. This scripture is fitting us, man. Because in order for us to win, to conquer, to rule, we're going to have to keep the laws of the Most High God. We're just going to have to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, give me 1 second. One second. Okay. Let's keep going. All right.
So God. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemy.
That sounds like what's going on right now. We're not in our homeland no more. Enemies have taken that.
Right.
You understand? And if you look in Harlem, or look at Brooklyn, or look at some of these places, they're getting gentrified right now.
Right.
You understand? Getting gentrified, and streets and homes and everything is getting taken now.
Right.
You know why? Because we want to be Rich Porter and Alpo and Nicky. But we want to be, really want to be Italian gangster. That's what we really want to be.
Right.
But we can't. We wasn't designed and built to do that.
That's right.
You understand? When we do that, we get destroyed.
God.
Let's keep going.
Verse 19. But now are they returned to their God.
Say it again.
But now are they returned to their God.
But now we return back to Most High God. Now, who can this relate to? We relate to the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge.
Right.
Because we were lawless and disobedient. You understand what I'm saying? We were sinners. We were all of that. But we turned back to the Most High God.
That's right.
You understand? We are that example of turning back to the Most High God. This is why we stick out.
Right.
This is why we stick out. This is why you got that spirit on you. I don't care what you got on. You can have some basketball shorts and flip-flops, and people say, "What's up, brother?" Because they know there's something different about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know something different about you. Why? Because we turn back to the Most High God.
That's right.
And that's what we do here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, is turn back to the Most High God.
That's right.
You understand? That's what we do. Why? Because we've been destroyed for so damn long.
God.
You understand? You ever hear that old saying, "I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired"? You understand? We've been destroyed for so long. And now we decided to turn back to the Most High God, and we'll go back and make and restore the spirit in the people that we know are destroyed, man.
That's right.
You understand? And that is scary to the heathens. That's scary to the oppressor. Scary. You understand? We got to sit up in court and everything else, all because we just do the same thing these heathens do. We just promote love for our people.
Right.
And we serve God. But you can't do it to them because you're niggas and spits and wetbacks. And you should meet with me. You understand?
God.
Keep going.
Lord God. And I'll come up from the places where they were scattered.
Go ahead. You hear that? And they come up from the places where we were scattered. Go ahead.
And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Now, here we are. Now it's saying this is how he got up there, because they turned back to the Most High God. You understand? This is how they got that high ground for war. That's how they were prepared for war, because we turned back to the Most High God. Not only that, but we conquered this land.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We got in a position to where we can win this war.
Right.
And the only way to get in that position now is to follow the Most High God. You understand? Now it's up to you to see if you're tired of being destroyed. You got to see if you're tired of being destroyed. You understand?
Right.
And that's how we're going to win this war. That's how we conquer and rule and be who we're supposed to be. You understand? Not lawless, not disobedient, not a disgusting race of people, not a disgusting nation. You understand? And that's how we do it. We just read it, and we need that right now. Excuse me. We need that right now. We see all the atrocities going on with our people, man.
Right.
We see how it's filthy, disgusting, man. Things are going on that need to stop. You understand? Hey, shalom, sis. Right. So, hold on. Let me hold that for 1 second, Shaw. Let me just see it. Anyway, that's how we got to get that position back. You said this is that hill country. We have to get that back ASAP. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're working on in the UPK, is to getting that hill country back to where we're in a good position to win the war. Because right now we are at war. It's a spiritual war more than anything.
Right.
It's not a cardinal war. That's in the scriptures, of course. Keep reading.
Verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
Now, what does that mean? If there be any sin in these people, we already determined that the Lord is with us when we're following his laws, his statutes, his commandments. He's already with us.
Right.
When we're not doing that, then the Lord is not with us. That's when we end up destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? So read that part again.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
Yeah, if there be any sin in this people, if they decide to move themselves away from the Most High God again, and decide not to follow his laws, and decide to turn their back on him, if that happens, go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
Say it again.
And they sin against their God.
If they continue to sleep with whoever they want to sleep with, use drugs, smoke cigarettes, hate another black man or black woman, so on and so on. You know the sins. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. If we're doing that, go ahead. Like we're doing now, by the way. Go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Now, this is going to be their ruin. This is what's going to destroy them.
Right.
If they're sinning against the Most High God, and this is a heathen talking to another heathen about us.
Right.
Right, sis. It's crazy, right? This is a heathen talking to another heathen about us. If these people are sinning and all of that, this is what's going to destroy them. Go ahead.
And let us go up.
Let us do what?
Go up. And we shall overcome them.
And that's what they're doing right now. They know that we're ruined. Why? Because we sin against the Most High God, and that's why they can come in gentrified neighborhoods, move Chinese restaurants in there, and what's some other restaurants? Maybe sake restaurants. What do the Japanese be doing? You understand? That's why they can come and own our buildings. You understand? That's why they can come in here and do. That's why the police can come in here, shoot unarmed black people, or beat them up. When I say black, I'm talking all the tribes. Come in there and beat us up, and falsely imprison us, and or so forth and so on. You understand? This is why they can come in there and do this. This is why they can come in there and dump all types of guns in Chicago alleyways and this, that, and the other, so brothers can kill themselves all. This is why they're putting in abortion clinics in our neighborhood and so forth and so on. They know that this is the time where they can come up and they can destroy us when we're not with the Most High God.
Right.
You understand? When we're not with the Most High God, this is the time that they could do that. Keep going.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
Say it again.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
If there be no sin. You understand? If there be absolutely no sin amongst this race of people, against this 12 tribes of Israel, if there be no sin in them, Go ahead.
Let my Lord now pass.
Leave them alone. Let my Lord pass. Leave them alone. If there be no sin in them. And this is the point we got to get back to right now.
Right.
That there's no sin in us. That there's no more sin. There's no more buying blunt wraps and Lucy's and all this other garbage that we do in our neighborhoods.
Right.
No more abortions. No more murdering each other. No more hating each other. You understand? No more of this stuff. The things that we see on the news, shooting each other in the head and stomping each other out until you unconscious and all this other garbage, getting as drunk as you can and throwing up all over the place and so on and so on, and getting as high as you can where you're nodding off, and this and other raping and molesting children and whatever other sins that have came on to us. When we stop doing that, they'll pass us by. They'll know to leave us alone. They'll know that we're prepared for war.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Yeah, they're going to become a spectacle for the whole world. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do the world to know who these heathens are when we turn back towards the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? Now, how do we turn back towards the Most High God? You have to learn to keep His laws.
Right.
That is imperative, which means extremely important that we do that. You understand? It's extremely important. We're reading in the Bible. This is nothing we're making up, you know. We're reading this clearly out the Bible that the Lord is with us when we are with Him.
Right.
That clear cut. You understand?
Come on, God.
I want you to keep reading.
Come on, God. Verse 22. And when Ashur had finished these sayings, all the people standing around about the tent murmured.
They did what?
Murmured.
They sat there and was talking because what they heard, they were shocked that these people don't have weapons or cannons or spears or arrows or nothing like that. These people have a God that nobody can see, that can dry up the sea, can kill their enemies and everything else. You understand? It don't mention nothing about we beat somebody up, we killed somebody, we destroyed somebody. It don't mention none of that. All this is talking about is the Most High God murdering our enemies.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Being on our side. And how's he on our side? By us keeping the laws of the Most High God.
That's right.
Us being obedient to the Most High God. You understand? And that's how we be obedient to the Most High God. You can't be obedient the way you want to be obedient. Imagine your mother or your father or somebody tell you, I need you to clean the kitchen and clean the living room. And you decide you're going to clean the living room and you ain't clean the kitchen.
Right.
That's what we're doing to the Most High God. We picking and choose. That's what Christians do. Pick and choose what they think is right and not be obedient to the Most High God. To do exactly what He says to do. That's how we win against win in these wars. That's how we win. That's how we defeat our enemies. You understand? Now these people heard this and they started whispering and talking because they were in shock. And that's how people are with us right now as black people. They look at us and wonder, damn, they having block parties and doing electric slides and everything else, and we're destroying them.
Right.
We're killing them. We actually got them in room. We're taking their neighborhoods. We enslaved them. We gave them Christianity. I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? We're whooping their ass, and they still just. How is that? Because the Most High God is with us.
Right.
You understand? But He's not going to be with the people that take on the ways of this oppressor. How you taking the ways of the oppressor? By not following the laws of the Most High God.
Right.
Now, the laws are not for the oppressors; they're strictly for us. You understand? But you're making somebody outside the house is making you disobedient in the house.
Right.
You understand? You got that old saying your mom say, don't tell nobody my business in my house. You don't talk about your house. You know what I'm saying? And this is our house, and the Most High God is our Father.
That's right.
You understand? And we let outsiders ruin our relationships in our own house. You understand? That's what we're doing. Keep reading.
And the chief men of Holofernes and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab spake that he should kill him.
They should do what?
Kill him.
Now, for this heathen telling them about us, for them saying, let me tell you about these people before we go mess with them. Let me tell you about them real quick. You understand? Just for that, they decided we should kill him for him telling us this. You understand? Why do you think why do you think that? Now this is just we just kind of just talking now. Why do you think that they would want to kill him? If they kill him, what can he do?
He can't do nothing, sir.
No. What is he doing now?
He's telling them how if Israel obey their God, then they'll be on the Most High will be on their side.
Right. And he's telling them, if they kill him, what can he do? What's he doing now?
He's telling.
He's what?
Telling.
If they kill him, then what can he do? Tell anybody else. You know what I'm saying? He can't tell nobody else. You know what I'm saying? The same way they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know now who we are. Because they know that why do you think the 14 books of the Apocrypha was taken out of the Bible? You understand what I'm saying? Why do you think they got a slave Bible? Why do you think to stop revolts? You know what I'm saying? To stop these things. Gotta kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They gotta kill him because he might tell somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 23. For say they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel. For lo, it is a people that have no strength nor power for a strong battle.
Now, they still said we're going to go up there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let's kill him and let's act like he never told us this and let's go do it anyway. You understand? Now, when they come up to kill us, are we going to be prepared for war? You understand? Are we going to be following the Most High God and be prepared for this war? Are we? Because they're going to come.
Right.
They're going to come. Let's keep reading real quick.
And we'll come, verse 24. Now therefore, Lord Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be a prey to be devoured of all thine enemy armies.
You understand? They still want to go up. They still want to battle. This man done told them who we are.
Right.
So now they want to still go up and battle and test our God.
Right.
And test our power. You understand? They still want to go up and test. That's fine. Let them come on and test. But what are we going to do? How are we going to be? Are we going to be with the Most High God? Or are we going to turn our backs on the Most High God? You understand? It depends on us. In order for us to win this war and win this battle, we have to be with the Most High God. How do you be with the Most High God? By following his laws, his statutes, his commandments. By being obedient to his rules. You understand? Now, let's drop that real quick. Let's see here. Now, let's go to one of my favorites because we're going to close out on this one. Now, like I said, they're still going to try to come and battle us, destroy us, kill us, ruin us. You understand? Now, what are we going to do? We have to be prepared. How do you prepare? You start following the laws of God. Start being obedient to the Most High God. Not just some, not just a little bit, not just what you think is right. Everything. You understand? Everything. Let's go to 1 Maccabees chapter 3. Let's go to verse 17.
1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 17. Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting on this day?
Now, I'll go to the scripture often because it's one of my favorite scriptures. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to know. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of Judas Maccabee's soldiers, and it's wartime, and it's not a lot of them. They're a minority, so to speak. And he's coming asking Judas Maccabees, yo, how can we win this war, being so weak? And I like to compare that to today, where brothers and sisters like to ask, yo, how can we win this war? We living in hell, living in the projects, living in horrible conditions. We ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no education we think is good enough. You understand? Grew up with no fathers, mothers on drugs, or either a monster who's just nasty with the mouth, or who knows?
Right.
You understand? Some grew up in foster care. I mean, these conditions that we live in, man, we're destroyed and ruined.
Right.
How can we win against these people, man? How can we beat the NYPD? How can we beat them?
Right.
We don't think we can beat them. When we see them, we run.
Right.
You understand? How can we beat the U.S. Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force? How can we beat these people?
God.
How can you beat your city councilman? Hell, we can't even beat. How can we defeat the principal at your child's school?
Right.
The board of education. You know, how do we beat these people? Us being so small and so weak and so puny. How can we win when we on drugs? When we lost, how can we win against these people? This is what this soldier is asking Judas Maccabees at the time. Let's keep reading. Let's see what Judas Maccabees got to say about it.
Verse 18. Unto whom Judas answered.
Now Judas, it says to whom Judas answered. So that means Judas answered him. This is Judas Maccabees, by the way. He answered his soldier. Go ahead.
It is no hard matter.
That's what?
No hard matter.
Go ahead.
For many to be shut up in the hands of a few.
Yeah, it's not a hard matter for just a small amount of people to defeat a large amount of people. It's not hard. Is it not hard because we got more guns and more bullets and more bombs and more grenades and more missiles? And is it because of that? Let's see if it's because of that. Go ahead.
And with the God of heaven.
With who?
God of heaven.
With Joe Biden.
God of heaven.
With voting.
God of heaven.
With drugs.
God of heaven.
Go ahead.
It is all one.
To do what? Go ahead.
To deliver with a great multitude or a small company.
Yeah, it's all up to the Most High God of heaven. Whether a small company is going to win or a large company, it don't mean nothing to him. Numbers don't mean nothing.
Right.
We read before what means something to him. Obedience.
Right.
You understand? Obedience. The numbers don't mean nothing. You can have 20 cats, 20 alley cats. They can't beat 3 lions.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Numbers don't matter. Obeying the Most High God is what matters.
That's right.
We already read that's where our strength comes from. That's where our power comes from, of being obedient to our Father.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 19. For the victory of
For the what?
For the victory.
For the what?
Victory.
For the victory. That's what we want to do, right? That's prospering. Right? Did we read about prospering earlier? That's prospering. When we follow the Most High God, we prosper. Read that part again.
For the victory of battle. So like for the victory of battle standeth not in a multitude of an host.
It don't matter how many people we're going up against. It don't matter how many oppressors there are, even though they're meeting and congregating and talking about us. You understand? You remember they said that even though this heathen had told them, don't mess with them when they with the Most High God, they killed him and said, we still gonna go up there.
Right.
You understand? We're still gonna go and test it out.
Right.
You understand? And the soldier want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's we read about they had a sword. They had Ammon. They had Moab. They had a whole bunch of people coming up against us. How can we win against all of these heathens? The Arabs, the Japanese, the Chinese, the old funny Europeans, Romanians, and all the rest of them. That's all in our neighborhoods.
Right.
That's all in our neighborhoods, running things and ruling things. How can we win against them? They all are confederate against us. How can we win? You understand what I'm saying?
Come on, God.
Read that part again.
Come on, God. For the victory of battle.
The battle, because it is a battle out here. It ain't cookies and cream out here. It's a battle going on every single day.
Right.
Every day it's a battle going on. Now what we're going to do? Go ahead.
Standeth not in a multitude of an host.
No matter how many of them are confederate against us, no matter how many of them are gentrifying our communities, no matter how many police officers, no matter how many Ku Klux Klan members, Aryan Nation members, Proud Boys, White Knights, whatever garbage is out there that comes up against every single black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man, and all of that garbage all combined together, all the pilgrims, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But strength cometh from heaven.
Our strength comes from heaven. But how does our strength come there? By being obedient to the Most High God. It just don't come for free. We earn it. We earn it. How? By doing what we're told to do.
Right.
And by not doing what we're told not to do.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. They come against us in much pride.
Oh, they come with much pride. It takes pride to say, I know you just told me that their God dried up the Red Sea, but we're still going to go up there and do it.
Right.
We're still going to do it. They come against us with a lot of pride, man. It takes pride to gentrify a community.
Right.
It takes pride to do that. To say I'm the only Caucasian guy here, I'm going to move in.
Right.
I want to take over. That takes pride to do that. Because ain't no nigga moving to Bensonhurst.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking over Little Italy. You think we can gentrify Chinatown? You think a bunch of niggas can go to Chinatown? They will kill us.
Right.
Try to anyway. You understand what I'm saying? They got a lot of pride, man. Keep going.
And iniquity.
And what?
Iniquity.
We read earlier what iniquity is. Iniquity is sin.
Right.
Sin is a transgression of the law. Transgression of the law is breaking the laws. You understand? And they come with us with what?
And iniquity.
They come with us with iniquity. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give us the cigarettes and the Black and Miles and the weed and the coke and the dope and the heroin and the abortion clinics and homosexual rap music and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They're going to come up against us with all of that. You know why? Because when we sin, the Most High God is not with us.
Right.
Go ahead.
To destroy us.
To do what?
Destroy us.
We read about that destroyed early. How do we destroy it? By departing from the Most High God. So they're going to come with pride and iniquity. You know what I'm saying? So we can depart from the Most High God and be destroyed.
Right.
You understand? And they're doing that right now as we speak. Right now, as we speak. They're doing it right now. Everybody think that the Bible's a comic book or something funny. They haven't learned it. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is happening right now. Keep going.
And our wives.
And our what?
Wives.
Oh man, you know you're gonna try to destroy our wives. You understand? I'm an independent woman. I don't need you and this, that, and the other, and blah 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 blah. You understand?
Good.
There's 500,000 abortions from us a year. You understand? A year. We just was talking about a sister in Brooklyn that walked into another sister and blew her goddamn brains out.
Right.
You understand? You see that? Yeah, that's terrible. You understand? They're going to come against our wives. And go ahead.
And children.
And what?
Children.
They're going to let them listen to little homosexual rap music where men is licking each other's ears and acting like devils. And they're going to put rainbows in your cartoons and let the little boys in the cartoons wear dresses and this and they're going to come against who?
Our Islamic and children.
That's what they're doing. coming against our wives and our children to do what? Go ahead.
And to spoil us.
And to destroy us. That's the plan. You understand? That's the plan, and they're doing it right now. Now, how do we defeat that plan? By following the laws of the Most High God.
Right.
By being with God. Did we just read our strength comes from heaven? That's where it comes from. It comes from the Most High God, the
Right.
God of heaven. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 21. But we fight.
We do what?
Fight.
We preach.
Fight.
We vote.
Fight.
We march.
Fight.
We picket.
Fight.
We get high.
Fight.
We get abortions.
Fight.
No, we fight. That's what we do. Go ahead.
For our lives.
For our what?
Lives.
Go ahead.
And our Lord.
And our what?
Lord.
And that's what we fighting for. I know the UPK, that's exactly what we're fighting for.
That's right.
Our lives and our laws. You understand? Why are we fighting for our laws? Because we keep them. And that's how we win. So if they come against us with sin, we're going to have to fight for our laws.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what we got to fight for. They're fighting for us to break the laws. We're fighting for our laws.
Right.
You understand? So they can't make me hate my brother. They can't. All the stuff that we're doing now, they can't make us do it.
Right.
You understand? So we have to fight for our laws.
God.
And in fighting for our laws, we're fighting for our lives.
That's right.
Keep going.
Verse 22. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face.
And we'll see this kingdom fall if we keep the laws. If we keep the laws, we keep our lives.
Right.
That's how we win. Not through guns and things and all this other garbage. You know what I'm saying? If we keep the laws, we keep our lives. That's it. It's simple. It's in the Bible.
Right.
Keep reading.
And as for you, be not afraid of them.
Don't need to be afraid, because the Lord, if we keep our laws, will keep our lives, and the Lord will kill them.
That's right.
Not just kill them, but kill them in our face so we can see it.
That's right.
And that's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. Give the Lord a hand.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. You understand? Now, with that, we'll close the class out. You know what I'm saying? Priest Officer Fatah Shlayala. Appreciate everybody coming and tuning in. You know what I'm saying? With that, we pass the class with Priest Officer Shaul.
Clap it up for the class.